Hey guys, it's Norm from Bearable Traders. It's Monday, January 14th, 2019. Here's my recap for today. I'm just going to do three of the trades I did. I overtraded a tiny bit, but I haven't looked yet. Once I get it in Trader View, I'm guessing my win percentage today was over 80%. I don't know that I really had any losers that were more than a couple of cents. Um, Anyway, so Western Digital was a huge gap down this morning, 6-7%, I believe. And as you can see, it sold off hard at the open and then started to bounce back, got back above VWAP. 15-minute chart, when it started to come up, it bounced off this average, came back, tested VWAP, and I noticed these wicks below VWAP, especially on the 5-minute chart and the 1 minute, or the 2-minute chart. You can see it just did not want to go below VWAP. So right above VWAP, I took a long position. I took my first scale out on the moving average on the 5. This is the 9 moving average. And then I took a second and a third as it approached the 20 because previously that's where it had bounced off going back down to the downside. So I went ahead and got all out of that. Then as we were in the chat, I saw this coming down, and this is common. If it can't continue past this 20 and get these moving averages to cross, usually if it did that, it might do this and then come back up. But since it couldn't do that, and it had accelerating volume down here on the 5-minute and the 2-minute, as you can see, I went ahead and I took a short position right here at 37.09. Target was below VWAP, and I knew because of these wicks that made me go long on the previous one, this was more of just a scalp. But it ended up staying below there for a little bit. It held out in 36.80s for a little bit, and eventually I got out of it because it couldn't break. And then I got out a little bit more right as it came close to my break even. It eventually got down there, but it really never made a huge move. And then you can see this squeeze, which is what I felt it had the potential of doing since it couldn't hold below this level. So that concerned me a little bit. It was a decent trade. It wasn't huge, both of those, but it worked out. And then Activision was something I traded last week, and it was just it was in play from last week. It used to trade double this like 6 months ago, and it's just been really I overtraded it a little bit, but most of them worked out. So anyway, at the open, it went up, and I was playing for a breakout. I got out at break even. It didn't really happen. You can see here, I just realized kind of I was chasing it at this point. I was trying to hold off, but it seemed really heavy up here as it was approaching this. So I went ahead and got out of that at break even. And then I waited to see, what would happen. I kept an eye on it, and then I was going to see it looked really strong above VWAP. So I played this bounce, and I got in at VWAP. My target or my stop loss was about 20 cents below. So 46.40-ish, and my stop was 46.20-ish. It came within about 5 cents of that. Didn't get stopped out. I saw this doji and this long wick on the 2, and I noticed this was a VWAP false breakout. Andrew teaches that in class 4. But it couldn't hold below VWAP, and it couldn't break these moving averages. So I went ahead and held on to that. And once it went through VWAP again, I went ahead and took I increased my size on it. So I took my first position as it approached this moving average. It was a little bit early, but I've seen this thing, I traded it last week, and it just hang out at a level and go back down. So I wanted to go ahead and take a little bit of profits, especially considering I'd sized up on it as well. Took my next portion at the daily level from a couple of days ago. And then as it kind of started getting heavy and hanging out here, and especially since it was above this moving average, the 200 moving average on the 5, I went ahead and got out the rest of it up here, and as it broke down. So then I tried to get in it again, thinking this was an ABCD consolidation pattern, and it really just wasn't. So I got stopped out. So not great there. And then I actually got in it one more time off this bounce of the moving average and then closed out up there. So, it wasn't great. It was a little bit of over trading, but it worked out for me today. Commissions, frankly, aren't terrible at all. I'm surprised they're less than 10%. So keeping that in check. Anyway, trade safe, guys. No FOMO 19. As you can see by my Activision chart, I got a little bit of it today, but kept it in check at least. It wasn't anything that was too out of control. So have a great day. Trade safe. Follow me on Twitter @NormBBT, and ask any questions or comments on Twitter or in this comment section below. I try to answer everything. Thanks, guys.